It's been almost a year now since the earthquake and tsunami that triggered that disaster at Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. A disaster that so contaminated the environment around it that the area is now really a ghost town. People left there in a hurry, remember, and no one's been allowed to go back. But now a few journalists, including our chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel, have gotten a rare look inside the area around that Fukushima plant, a place that's really been frozen in time.
The Fukushima nuclear power plant is in ruins. These rare images show it can never be used again. But it remains highly radioactive. When the plant exploded a year ago, it belched a cloud of steam mixed with tiny radioactive particles. The particles settled, and today, a 12-mile radius around the plant is abandoned and uninhabitable. It's called the exclusion zone, a warning to what can happen when science we barely control gets out of control. The town of Okuma is about 4 miles from the plant. 10,000 people lived here. Now, no one. The exclusion zone is sealed off, but former residents like Hisami Iwamoto are allowed occasional quick visits in to collect valuables. He showed us his old electronics factory.
This was my office.
This was your office? You still have your jackets and ties ready to go?
His house is nearby. The fridge is still full.
Still have food in the fridge?
Expiration date, March 11th.
It reminds me of when I was a kid. They used to show in school these day after movies. What would happen in the event of a nuclear holocaust, how the world would become radiated. That's what it feels like here.
People left Okuma in a hurry. Clothing still sits at a laundromat. A traffic light signals cars that aren't there. The only sign of life, feral cows that broke out of their pens. They have the run of the town now.
The bull in there, watch out.
The radiation is in the land, it's in the plants, it's in the water, it's in the trees. It's been eaten by the animals, the insects, the birds. So how do you get rid of that?
Like many former residents, Iwamoto doesn't think a cleanup here is possible.
In my mind, there's no more Okuma. This isn't just a ghost town, it's a town of death.
Visiting this area, Brian, was haunting. I had never been to a place that has been effectively removed from the map. When there's a natural disaster or even a war, you can rebuild if you have enough money. Not here. This area will be contaminated for decades. The radiation is all throughout the food chain.